Hey guys, Joel's coming at you with another reasoning sesh where I challenge the status quo of the wisdom of the world and the church by diving deep into the ancient scriptures, uncovering meanings hidden by translations, so that we can really understand the deeper metaphysical meanings and apply it practically to situations in our present day. And today I'm going to be talking about some controlled opposition.
Come now and let us reason together. Come now, we can talk it over.
But before I begin, I gotta say, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe for more like content, because I'm making videos like this every day, and we're entering into a new way of doing things where we're realizing the whole point of these ancient scriptures and looking past the organized religions that institutions have been spoon-feeding us and really entering into Earth 2.0. But with that out of the way, I'm just going to jump right into it. Today I'm going to be reading some of the oracles of Zekaryah, where he says, "Ask you of Yahweh rain in the time of the latter rain. So Yahweh will make bright clouds and give them showers of rain to everyone, grass in the field." And of course, rain represents that outpouring that comes from heaven and nourishes the earth, feeds the earth, inseminates the earth, and fertilizes the earth so that the fertility of the earth can actually sprout forth. That seed can bear fruit and we can reap a full harvest. Water actually symbolizes the logos, the living word. And that living word are the decrees and the manifestational intents that source emanates from within itself in order to create what we perceive of as creation, as the physical world. But it's the next verse that I really want to point out in regards to what's going on in the media and in the information that's been shared in the world around us. "For the idols have spoken vanity, and the diviners have seen a lie, and have told false dreams, they comfort in vain." So here we see two identities that source is exposing. Number one, idols, and number two, diviners. Idols, of course, represent anyone or anything that you look up to as a higher power or as something that can actually influence the world around you, rather than you tapping in yourself and actually taking control of the reins. So this kind of represents the talking heads, the people that we see in the public eye that are actually unchallengeable, or at least by those that are still asleep. But then he says the diviners have seen a lie. Diviners, of course, refer to people that actually look into the causal nature and try and discern what the trends are. This can be astrologers, this can be prophets, this can be seers, and it says that they have seen a lie. They have told false dreams, they comfort in vain. And that vanity is mirrored by what the idols have spoken, in vanity. And that just means that it's pointless, it's empty, there's no substance there. So what are they telling you? Well, this is where discernment comes in. And you got to know who's leading you, because it goes on to say, "Therefore they went their way as a flock. They were troubled because there was no shepherd." Now in the Septuagint, when you translate the Hebrew word shepherd, you get the word pastor. And it's interesting that a lot of organized religions are in the thick of this because they're perpetrating the same old narrative that the talking heads are telling you you're subject to. "My anger," this is Yahweh talking, "was kindled against the shepherds," or the pastors, "and I punished the goats." Goats, in contrast to sheep, refer to people that just want to go out and do their own thing. That they're kind of frolicky or rebellious against the nature of, at least, divine source in this metaphor. "For Yahweh of hosts," that means source in his principle of governing seed time and harvest, but that cyclical nature which is enacted by the heavenly angelic hosts, or armies, "has visited his flock, the house of Yehudah, and has made them as his goodly horse in the battle." So Yahweh is saying, rise up. Don't just be comforted by vain words. Actually take a stand and assume a role in the heavenly armies as a good horse in the battle. "And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. And they shall fight, because Yahweh is with them, and the riders on horses shall be confounded." So when this divine principle of seed time and harvest is actually the principle that we're working with and that directs our path, then we'll confound even the people that have risen up against us, that have mounted themselves on these figurative horses, and their actual goal is really to just wipe us all out. But when we're not basing our trust in these superficial feel-good narratives, and we're actually breaking through to the real source of things, because guess what? We're going through an age of psychological warfare, and there is controlled opposition, but we got to tap into our heart. It's not like someone out there is going to give us a better message than what's on TV. Although that might be the case, that's not a way to really discern who's talking truth and who's peddling a narrative to distract you from the real issue at hand. But when Source ignites within you, you realize that, hey, there's some people speaking for truth that aren't really speaking truth. And when we cut to the chase and really get Source to lead us in the direction we should go, we're empowered from within, and we actually rise up as agents in place and start creating the kingdom of heaven. We're not just sitting back eating our popcorn waiting for the show to finish. We're actually participating in unfolding the greatest show on earth. So tap in and do your part, because by all of us doing our individual pieces of the puzzle, we can manifest the broader picture that actually allows us to function as a holistic macrocosm, living our best lives yet in harmony with earth and nature and our purpose, and actually downloading into this physical plane our best lives yet. So I love you guys. I'll check you in the live session tomorrow. Joel signing out once again. Agape. Salaam. Namaste. Shalom.